Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Hey, listen, today we're going to talk about Nvidia taking the #1 spot again, like I said on yesterday's video, and we're going to talk about how to fly high, but with a parachute, how to continue to earn money with this rocket ship of a market, but protect your gains. We'll see you in a sec. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Hey, listen, go ahead, hit that like, subscribe, and the notification bell right now, and we'll get right into it. Today, you're going to learn some lessons for those of you that are new, that have a lot of questions. I want to answer some questions on, hey, what should we be doing right now? Man, one day we think the market is about to top out the very day, and the next minute it keeps going higher, but there's all of these warnings about a crash, right? And so I want everyone at the end of this video to watch the video that's going to come in your upper right hand corner at the end, okay? Because I suggest for you to listen and look at what the data is telling us. Now, we have what's called an inverted yield curve. And we know there's a lot of talk about the Fed talking about soft landing, data dependent. We got high interest rates. We have never went this long without some sort of a major correction. So what do? We're going to use Nvidia and look at what's going on with Nvidia. First, I want to show you guys this. This came over the Weibo app, all right? Look at this. Nvidia snatches crown from Microsoft as world's most valuable company, okay? For those that don't have the Weibo notifications on, I suggest that you cut those on and leave those on. They do help me to make money in a lot of occasions. They talk about the pre-markets, okay? Want you guys to look at that. We'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, so as we could see, Nvidia is the top dog again, okay? Nvidia is the top dog again. Nvidia hits new all-time highs. It's the bull that won't stop. It just keep, look at the day. It just keep going. Just when you think it can't get any higher, look at that, 136. Just when you think it can't get any higher, it keeps going higher. Not yesterday's video, but over the weekend, I said I'm still buying. But on yesterday's video, I said, hey, the market is frothy. You got companies like Nvidia that is at the top, but it keeps going. So we keep making money. So what do, Larry? You look at not just taking profits. Now, there are some times when you just take a haircut, meaning you don't have to sell all of your stock. You just sell some of your stock and lock in those gains. Or you do what I do and let the tools work for you. What tools? I'm talking about trailing stop losses, okay? So let's go in a little further. Let's look at this. Nvidia overtakes Microsoft as most valuable stock in the world. You guys see that? This is on Yahoo Finance.
What makes you so confident that this momentum is going to continue? And I guess, what do you think that opportunity really looks like?
Yeah, so in the near term, it's all good news, right? They came out in late May, gave us great numbers, gave a great guide. But since then, you've seen new funding for startups in the AI space. The funding numbers are large, so you're talking numerous $billion going to places like XAI. Eventually, most of that money gets spent either renting data center space or building data center space. So lots of NVIDIA chips. You've seen news around government funding, and that's all additive to what the cloud service providers are spending. And so if everyone's spending on AI, just things look really good. I think everyone's made a bet through NVIDIA's next platform, Blackwell, which means things remain good well into next year.
Now, this gentleman thinks that Nvidia is poised to continue running well into next year, right? I don't know. He doesn't know. We don't know. But what we could do is continue to make money while having a parachute on. Remember, the higher, yesterday I said the hot air balloon. Well, the higher a plane goes, okay, let's just use a hot air balloon. The higher it goes while we have an inverted yield curve, with inflation is as high as it is and interest rates as high as it is, the higher this market goes, the longer it has to fall. Remember, yesterday, if a hot air balloon gets a foot off the ground, you can easily jump, you're good. But if it gets 30 feet off the ground, you're in trouble. Well, this balloon is 1,000 feet off the ground. And the higher it goes, the longer we have to fall. So let's just remember yesterday's video, right? This is a S&P average return since 1949, right? And so you could see the months. And I want you to watch yesterday's video if you didn't see it. But generally, in June, we have a spike up like we're doing. Now, this is just an average, okay? So this does not mean this is going to happen exactly like that this year, all right? Tongue twister. So we could see in June, good month, and then what happens? We start to generally sell off in July, not sell off, but cool down. And then August, and then September is like May. You guys remember selling May and go away right here? Well, look at October, look at September, all right? And so we can see, you see the breakdown. This is all years, the dark blue. This one is presidential year, which we are in, okay? That's what the underline, I want to really underline. We're in a presidential, all right? And then Democrats as president, right? Which we do have, okay? So Democrats as president and presidential year, okay? And this is all of the years. So we could see that if you take a little haircut on some of these and big tech is overflated, that generally in October is a good area to buy. Now, Nvidia can continue to run, okay? But then we see the peak in November. And what's happening November this time? The election, okay? And then it starts to cool off by December, okay? So the market does not like uncertainty, but the market does perform well regardless of who the president is. Now, what I'm saying is, and this is what I'm doing, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. Let's look at, let's go through and look at something I want to show you with Nvidia in the MooMoo app. And while we're talking about MooMoo, yes, look, time is running out to get 8.1%. Just get 8.1% fixed. No gamble, fixed by just having your uninvested cash in the app, okay? But you got to deposit at least $100 and get 5 free stock. If you deposit $1,000, you will get 15 free fractional shares, okay? So it's like almost doubling your money. Plus your extra cash, you're getting 8.1%. Where can you go and get that fixed, okay? So now let's go to the app. If you go to the search bar and just go to the search bar, you'll see this that comes up, right? You will see already Nvidia is at the top. You can see what's going up and what's going down. Nvidia is going up 3.84% today. You can see Avgo going down, Tesla going down. But Micron technology is also going up. And that's another thing we need to start looking at. What's the next Nvidia, okay? Yes, Nvidia has a moat around it, but you best believe another one is going to start taking the market share, right? That's a whole nother video. So what we can do is we can go to Nvidia, we can hit Nvidia, and we can hit trade, okay? And hit buy in the green at the bottom, right? So you see side, order type, price, and under that quantity, you can actually, you see that arrow down? Whenever you see an arrow down here in the MooMoo app, that means that you can just tap that arrow down and you could actually pick an amount by how much money you want to spend. For this video, I'm just going to choose to buy one share after the split, which is a lot more affordable. So I'm just going to buy one share and I'm going to hit a buy, okay? Now here you can see that I have purchased one share of Nvidia. So what we're going to do now is set what's called a trailing stop loss. So just hit trade and you'll see it's going to give you the option to buy or sell. Of course, we're going to sell. And then of course, if it's pre-selected and buy, you simply go to sell. We're going to sell the one, but where it says order type, where it says a limit, look at the arrow down and then just go to the bottom to trailing stop, hit trailing stop. And now it's going to ask you your ratio. Now, what I generally do is when I'm in profit, this is when I set my trailing stop loss. Okay, so let's say for an all intensive purposes that we are up by 20%. I'm just going to use an even number. Let's say we're up by 20%. Go to the trailing type, go to ratio, then we could hit that, select that. And as you can see, I just set a 5% trailing ratio. Now, you could change that. You could arrow up to 5.5 or whatever. You can arrow up or you can minus it, okay? You can go up to 10% if you want to. But for right now, I'm showing a 5% trailing stop loss. And then, of course, you simply hit the sell button, all right? And what does that do, Larry? That means that if, as long as it keeps going up, if it does not fall by more than 5%, it will continue to keep you in profit. So this is what I'm doing with my big tech, right? Now, on my Nvidia, I'm up. You guys saw it. At one point, I was up 100%. At one time, I was up 200%. But I kept buying my way up. So what I'm doing now is I can set a trailing stop loss, right? And I have mine set at 10% now, but I can start coming down to 8%. Do you see what I'm saying? So the higher it goes, I'm going to keep my trailing stop loss set no less than 10%. Now, because I'm in so much gain. So if it decides to fall more than 10%, then it's going to trigger a sell, locking in my profits, okay? So you don't have to set a hard stop loss. You could set a trailing stop loss, and I use trailing stop losses when I'm in profit, all right? And so if you really want to know how to do all of this, also consider joining Stock Up U, Stock Up University, where we teach you how to make money, how to lock in gains, when to get in, when to get out. And I also have help from these ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to leave it right there. Make sure you check out those two links, especially below in the description, okay? All right, good people. So we'll see you tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow the market will be closed in observance of Juneteenth. And we will see you again Wednesday live with the market, okay? Love you guys. See you later. Live, love, laugh, and learn.